crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. It seems like it's been forever. I tell you guys, just missing a Sunday can really make all the difference, but things happen and that's such as life. So I appreciate each of you that have reached out, sent me some emails and that. My surgery went really well. It's been almost 2 weeks now. I just wasn't up to doing the live last Sunday. So I had sinus surgery and all of that. So it was just a matter of getting everything back in place and getting situated. So, with that said, I um, I am back. I am feeling great, and even well enough that the doctor says I get to go back to work tomorrow. So I get to start and do all of that fun stuff tomorrow. I did log in today, which I really wasn't supposed to, and figured out that I have over 400 emails to get through. But you know what? That's how I pay for my shopping habit, and we'll make it happen. So it is what it is. Andrew, the Combat Quilter, is supposed to be on with us tonight. I did text him yesterday, did not hear back from him, have not heard from him today. He may pop in, he may not. Something else may have come up, and those things happen. I know I did that once to Katie. So, um, it's funny. We do have our own personal life and a lot of other things going on, and sometimes we get overcommitted. So Andrew may be with us tonight. If he's not, I can tell you what, I bet you after missing last week, I can probably fill all 60 minutes. So thanks for being here. Russ is here. Welcome in, Russ. Thanks for being here. Jackie's here. Welcome. Teresa, good afternoon. There's Miss Inez. Thanks for joining this afternoon. Jen, thanks for being here. Math Geek, welcome in. Jeannie's here. So it looks like we're going to have a nice crowd today. We're going to have a good time. We're going to chitty chat about all kinds of crazy stuff, I'm sure. Um, but we will get through it. I will tell you honestly, I thought being off for about 10 days. I had big prosperous plans of all the things that I would accomplish and how much I would get done. And I got nothing done. What I truly did was recuperate and cat nap throughout the day and throughout the evenings. And I'm really kind of disappointed I didn't get to do some of the sewing and that like I wanted to, but I took care of what needed to be taken care of. Hey, Sally, welcome in. I missed you last week so much. I really do have become dependent upon my YouTube family. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love being able to chat and catch up. And when I'm not live and when we're not together, it does leave a little void. I'll just be honest. I'm going to work on cleaning up some stuff tonight. It's funny because I told you all um, how good I was about. I've cut out all my subscriptions. I've done really well. I've got the Christmas Lane subscription going, but that's from last year. That'll finish out in the next few months. I bought their rug of the month subscription. That'll finish out in a couple of months. And I decided I was not doing um, any more subscriptions this year because I just really wanted to try to be better. And lo and behold, I get this thing from Stitch in Heaven the other day, and it is called Gnome Mania. It started with March, and it is the birthday boy yarn. And I was like, oh my God, I must have signed up for this sometime last year, and it started this year. And I do think he's adorable. He is the birthday gnome. And yes, he is going to be basically a block of the month. And so it did come with everything. It does come with all the stuff pre-cut, which makes it even better. But I was like, that's the problem. I sign up for some of this stuff so far in advance that I forget that I even signed up for it. So, oh well, I did. It's here, and we will make it happen. So, and of course, it's gnomes. So, how can you possibly ever go wrong with gnomes, right? Math Geek says sinus surgery is no joke. It wasn't. I'll be honest, guys. I did really well. I didn't have near the pain that I thought I would. Nothing else really. The doctor's very happy with the way I've recovered in that. The worst part was they just close everything off, so you have to mouth breathe for a week, and it just made it literally impossible for me to get any type of decent sleep. And so I was really just more exhausted than anything. But overall, it's not been bad. Jen says you needed time to recoup. Thank you. My brother drunk called me while he was recovering from surgery and on heavy meds. He didn't even remember calling me. Yeah, I had a very special friend with me that I was hoping was going to keep me from doing anything embarrassing, and I think he did. He's just that type of guy. He's pretty amazing, and I'm very fortunate to have such a good friend and a good person in my life. But he did take good care of me. And yes, we kept my cell phone away from John. Supposedly, he was going to record a few things, but I think after he saw how pitiful I was, he even felt bad. Sally says, "I love the cute gnomes. Right? How adorable are they? I am really happy. What's funny is I had just gotten out the AccuQuilt the other day because I thought this is silly. I own the AccuQuilt and I keep buying stuff, and yet I've got the AccuQuilt where I could do some things." Um, and do my own stuff, right? So I started playing with this and I thought, how cute is that, right? So I've got the die so I can cut out the gnome itself. I could change it up because I've got, I can change different Christmas fabrics. And then I found where I bought all of these embroidery patterns, and I thought I can change out the saying, change out how the gnome's dressed. I mean, it's always going to be the same gnome unless I get into some of the accents. But I thought I might do 6 or 9, or just do 6 down and do it as a wall hanging. Probably do just 6 and 2, 2, 2. And started playing with it. And then I got that one in the mail. I was like, okay, are you kidding me? I can't even get to my own stuff. Plus, I do need to order um, some backing for that pattern. But I do think that'll end up being really cute, and I'm kind of anxious to get that going. I've just been avoiding, I think, doing big quilts for the moment because I still have probably 15 quilt tops that I need to work on. So given that, it's like I'm not overly motivated to get more started. Inez says she did a gnome block of the month 2 years ago. Yeah, it's just the blocks of the month are fun. So I'll show you what I'm working on today. The one thing that I did finally do, so I did um, subscribe to Stitches of Love, and this is the Christmas Lane collection. And I did buy this. It does run on the embroidery module, so I don't have to stand there and zigzag all of this. Everything does come pre-cut. So I really, as I started throwing this stuff together, kind of felt like I was cheating because these go together fairly quick, and fairly quick is 30 to 40 minutes. It's not like they just fly together. But this is one of the blocks. So the gingerbread, and I thought he was pretty cute. I haven't trimmed up the jump stitches, so that's what I was going to do maybe tonight while we were talking. And then Mrs. Claus, I thought she was really adorable. And then I love the snowman. I just like the colors of the snowman for some reason. So I thought he was really cute. Probably my least favorite is the ornaments, and they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but I mean, you can't look at that snowman and go, "Oh man, he's adorable," and then look at 3 ornaments. It's fine. You need the variety. I do like the angel. I just like how fun and almost folk art these are. So, and then stockings. I even like the stockings. And someone suggested that I could put my name on there and someone else's name on there. So that very well could happen too, because what's the point of having an embroidery machine if you can't custom some things like that? So I did get these put together. There were 7 of those, so I did get all of those done. I am missing for the life of me, and I know it's too bad Joydy's not here because Joydy would make fun of me. I have looked everywhere, and I cannot find box 1, which was the elf. For some reason, I think they sent it to me in a different box than their normal boxes. I've went through everything. I've went through everything in this YouTube studio. I've taken everything off of both bookshelves here. I've went through everything on those bookshelves. I've went through this closet, which is really scary, and then I went through the other craft room, and it's the only two places those things would be. So I ended up writing the company. I haven't heard back from them. I'm hoping Monday they'll let me buy just the one again. If not, I got the file, so I can manually do it. I'll just have to try to find fabrics in that would match. And obviously, I'm not going to have the background fabric that I would need, but we'll see. I would bet I'm not the first person to have lost that. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Brian, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Jackie says, real cute Christmas pot holder or trivet. It's actually meant to be a big wall hanging. So they stitch out, you think a quilter I'd have. So they're about 8 by 8 inch blocks. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I think they're 8 by 8 inch blocks. So it'll end up making a really cute wall hanging when I get done with them. So that is the plan for that. Hey, Ingrid, thanks for being here this afternoon. Judy, thanks for dropping in. Zaza's here. Hey, everyone. Hi, John. Hi, Judy. So, like I said, not sure what happened to Andrew. We will get reconnected and get him on the channel soon. I know that poor guy has a lot going on. Um, what was really cool is post-surgery, my son and his new girlfriend dropped in. And so I got to spend 4 days with him as I was recovering. I had not seen my son for over a year. He's in the U.S. Air Force. He's based over in Tennessee. He's just an amazing kid. And so it was really nice to get to spend time with him. I managed to cook a couple of meals for him and just spend time with them. And we actually sat on the sofa for a while and played Mario Switch and played, what am I saying? Um, Played Mario Golf. So how cool was that? I played Mario Golf. So that was always fun. Mm. And one of the things when I was looking for the Christmas for this one box that I lost, I did start going through some of the bins. So I do have a big bin of Christmas quilt kits. I discovered I have 35 Christmas quilt kits, which may be a little much. Not sure. So we'll see how that goes. So Andrew's in the house. Andrew joins as chat. So welcome in, Andrew. I hope you are having an amazing weekend. I can always resend him the link if he's able to jump on, but he may not be able to tonight. I'm not sure what he's got going on. Zaza says, love it. You got to spend time with them. It was. It was so much fun. It's fun to get to meet new people in your life. They're down in Tombstone, Arizona now, visiting the rest of her family. And so we will see how that goes. Hey, Andrew, I just text that to you. So it was fun that we got to spend time together. We got to be together and figure out how things were going. And so always cool. He keeps reminding me he only has a couple of more years before he gets to retire. And you know what? Anyone that has served in the military deserves every benefit they get. But I really don't think the child should retire before his dad gets to. Just saying. But he has done right at 17 years. It's just amazing to think how long he has been in the military. We have QuiltCon coming up the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with QuiltCon. I cut way back, and because of the surgery and that, I cut back the days that I was going. Decided just to go on Saturday after I went and figured out that I have 35 quilt kits just for Christmas. The sad thing is, folks, that doesn't include what I consider miscellaneous. It doesn't consider the Halloween bin. It doesn't consider the I have a rainbow bin. I have a fall bin. I have a spring summer bin. I have like 11 bins in there. So just one bin has um, um, that many quilt kits. So I probably have 100 quilt kits. So I don't need to go to QuiltCon. All right, guys, give me a second because I see Mr. Combat Quilter here. There's my bestie. How are you?
Dude, Uncle Sam, boy, I tell you what.
I assumed you might have a lot of things going on in your life right now.
There's always a lot going on, John. All right, shoot.
Can you believe it's been it's been over a month since I got to see you?
I know because you had to leave early. You abandoned us.
I didn't leave early. I left as the instructions said.
We're all rule breakers, John. You didn't know.
Heaven forbid that they tell us one thing and send instructions with different directions.
Yeah,
So how have
communication.
you?
Shoot, move, and communicate, John. Shoot, move, and communicate, buddy.
So how have you been?
I've been busy. Busy. I just heard you talking about your son, and it just so happens I just re-enlisted for 6 more.
No, did you really?
Yeah.
But
put
now
me
you're in the
there.
reserves, right?
Yeah, National Guard. Yeah, to put me at 30. So
Really crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, he's still full-time Air Force. He's the his current role is he went in as security forces, military police. It's what he's always wanted to do. He graduates in April with his bachelor's degree in forensic computer science, and right now his role in the military is a recruiter.
That's a tough life. I did that in 2000 and 2001, and fortunately went to my hometown and had a great time. But you know, it's a you have to be able to sell your dirty socks to someone for an enlistment in the military and commit to all sorts of stuff. And it's like a bowl of jelly beans, John. And in October, all military branches fill that jelly bean bowl up, right? You get to take the white ones and the green ones. Those are all the good jobs, all at the beginning of the year. And then when June and July roll around, all you have left are the purple ones and the black ones, the ones that nobody wants. And you got to try to convince kids to join up for those purple and black jobs, saying, I'm sorry, this is all we got. So,
And it's crazy because it's not, a lot of the kids go in naive. I remember when my son came home, he had already tried college twice, never made it to midterm either time. School was just not going to be his thing. Bright enough, he just didn't like school. And he was working at Five Guys, flipping hamburgers, paying his rent, doing what he needed to do. And he came home and he goes, just so you know, I am sick and tired of people telling me what to do. And I said,
right.
yep, I get that. And he goes, so I enlisted and I go to the military in 6 weeks. And I said, well, God love you and God bless you. So you'll learn about people telling you what to do.
You got to get used to it. Or you got to move up in rank so that you're that one telling people what to do.
It worked for him because he had always been through little private schools. He had a very structured environment growing up. And I think that's what he missed more than anything. He was used to having structure. Structure didn't bother him. That's where he felt comfortable.
You had corporal punishment at your house, did you, John?
My kids were well-behaved children, yes.
Oh, well done, sir. Well done.
So I do remember him coming home after basic, and one of the things my dad was totally hung up on is men never wear a hat indoors. And so that's just something that I naturally preached. And it was amazing after going through boot camp, his philosophy about wearing a hat indoor had completely changed.
And the correct response, military response for the Army is the only time you wear headgear indoors is if you're armed.
Really?
Yes. So MPs, while they're indoors, they're armed. They're under arms. So they're allowed to wear their headgear.
Interesting. Hey,
Takes that
Andrew.
element of surprise out of the deal sometimes, but
Next time I see military guys indoors, I'm going to look.
Yeah, look, and it's just the way it is. I mean, it's rules.
So talk about your channel. Tell us what you've got going on and what you're doing, because I know you're super busy.
Dude, I think I have 4 videos I've already recorded. Have not edited yet. I'm trying to find myself, John. Trying to figure out where I fit in this great big world of quilting and what people want me to do. For the most part, there's some things I'm not willing to do. I'm sorry, filling sandbags are not one of those things. So, for those of you who know me, I will come to your house and dig trenches all day long, but I'm not filling sandbags. Even told my mother, make sure your flood insurance is up to date because I'm not coming to help you.
Yeah, but the quilts you do are absolutely amazing because you do what, 1-inch blocks?
Well, the Iwo Jima was 1 inch, and the 911 was 3/4 inch, and the new updated Abraham Lincoln is 1/2 inch finished.
Oh yeah,
So
just 1/2 inch blocks, and how many?
34,560. So it's gonna be one of my smallest quilts. It's gonna be 90 by 98. So
Really?
yeah, it'll fit on a king size bed and look good. I don't know that it would be light enough to sleep under, but if you do need to stay warm, like some folks up in the north right now, or even California, do you see all that crazy mess they got going on out there?
Is it
2 to 4 feet of snow. What are they gonna do? It's 70 degrees here in Tennessee today.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. 69 and a half is what I said earlier, on the car. So they're saying record high of 75 on Wednesday, but we'll see. So my channel, my videos, I've been doing Mr. Rogers because I feel that I spent too much time with Rob Appel and have his energy and just was zooming and zooming and zooming and zooming and needed to slow down just a little bit because some ladies just can't understand me because I talk fast because I'm from the Midwest. We talk a little fast up there. So to try to slow things down, I thought the Mr. Rogers feel would be good. So I can't sing, couldn't carry a tune in a bucket with a lid on it, but I can call cadence all day long. The Army made sure of that. So I sing cadence as I come in, and then, I've done some unboxings of some fabric that Timeless Treasures has sent me. I'm in cahoots with Timeless Treasures. I got my batik. I've curated a batik line, which comes out in, I believe, June, and then will be shipped to stores in November and December. But I'll have quilts made of it and market. I'm also making a cotton line, and then following that will be a batik line. So
when do we get a sneak peek?
Soon as I have it in my hand, John, I'll make sure that that there'll be a sneak peek. I remember when I went with Rob to Charisma Horton's house, and she had just got her strike offs. Rob's recording video. She's got them all laid out. Rob turns the camera looks right at the strike offs, and I hear Charisma on the video. No, you can't record that. Rob posted that stuff anyway. So there may or may not be some deliberate or sneak peeks out there.
I tell you what, I am a huge Tula Pink fan because I love wild and crazy. But almost every time somebody always asks me, well, what's your favorite fabric? What's your favorite designer? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know fabric lines that well. I haven't been doing this, but just now going on 2 years. And every time I go and look, it's Timeless Treasures. It's Timeless Treasures. It's Timeless. There's something about their lines that just resonate with me. I don't know why. I can walk in a quilt store and go, oh, I really like that display. I'll grab a few of those and I'll lay it down. That's Timeless Treasures.
Yeah, they really are grabbing a hold of some good designers and getting some good prints out there. I feel that's what happened over the last couple of years. If you're not on this, no offense, I hate to use this analogy, but if you're not in that extreme right, wild and crazy, Tula Pink and K Facet,
yep,
and that means that your far left is Civil War, which is what I like. So we really need to find more I really feel that more people are in that middle ground. They like some of that wild, crazy stuff, but not all of it. And they like a little bit more muted stuff, but not all of it. So the majority of folks really like those standard colors. I feel Painter's Palette and Paintbrush and Kona and all those ones who have the regular colors are great, but not everybody can make pretty quilts out of plain fabric. They want some texture and some movement and some cool stuff to look at.
Well,
So
and I think that's what gets to be the problem, right? I love Tula. I love the wild and crazy designs, but sometimes you need something to contrast that, or you just need a relief on your next quilt, right? I want to go back to something that is calmer, a little bit more, it's like the wild and crazy is fun, but I can't. Poor Adam sews, right? He just does bag after bag after bag. It's like, dude, I would be cross-eyed if I, did that many.
and like her line work line, that was so busy. Holy cow, was it busy? I definitely need some, and I dropped out of art school, John, to join the Army. So I need some separation. You can't just do in graphic design school. They teach you can't just do busy all the time. You got to have some place for your eye to rest just a little bit.
So you went to art school. So you think with both sides of your brain, actually. So you have the military regimented, and then you have the free loving, free spirited hug a tree art school.
Yeah, yeah. I had a full ride scholarship to Chicago Art Institute, and a buddy of mine was home on leave. I didn't know that at the time that it was his grandfather's funeral, but he joined the 82nd Airborne. He was a paratrooper. He was driving a fancy car, had a cute girl in the passenger seat. And I said, Troy, I said, I want that. He said, come on, I'll show you the way. So went down to the recruiter's office and scored a 127 on a GT score. I could pick any job I wanted. I chose military intelligence, dropped out of art school, and called my mom and said, Mom, what would you think if I joined the Army? She says, like, oh, honey, we can talk about it later. I said, Mom, I'm about to swear in. We might want to talk about it now. 30 minutes later, rose my right hand, and away we went.
I would say you have an impulsive personality to begin with.
I don't know about impulsive. I just felt the calling, 1% of the population serves. And I hate to say that at that point, I served for selfish reasons, which were a fancy uniform, a fancy car, and a cute girl, so and now, of course, I'm still going. I'll have 24 years in July, so re-enlisted for 6 more to put me at 30, and who knows what the future holds after that. But it's a commitment to the greater good of the freedoms that we have, and I believe in it. I not only did I drink the Kool-Aid, but most males in my family have as well, so it's kind of hard with the last name of Lee to say I don't have any military history.
Yeah, remember I lived in Virginia for 15 years. I know all about Lee.
Oh, you've seen them before, have you? The statue or two, maybe?
Maybe one or two.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and it's interesting. I come from a military family. We have always been Navy. And if we didn't serve in the military, we worked for the military. So like my niece works for missile defense. Her husband works for the Marines. I mean, it's just, so it was funny when my son decided Air Force. It was like, so there's no Air Force anywhere in our family. There's a few Army, there's a Marine, it's a lot of Navy. So Air Force was completely new to us. But that was fine. It's what he wanted to do. It's a service he selected, and he's been very, very happy with it.
I don't know how you could be unhappy with the Air Force. My uncle, both my great uncles were Army. My uncle was Air Force, and for whatever reason, I had glasses, so I couldn't be a pilot, and that's what I wanted to be. So the Navy offered me nuclear sub program, and I just couldn't imagine being stuck on a submarine for 6 months at a time at the bottom of the ocean. So Army offered me military intelligence, which is an oxymoron. I'm basically infantry with a security clearance. Here you go. But
yeah, I remember one of my jobs was of course, I've done human resources my whole career, but one of the organizations I worked for was a nuclear company, and a branch of the military was our biggest customer. And it was like, I just can't imagine that that would be my job every day. Crazy. So what are some fun things you've got coming up? Because February's here already, and I know you've got a busy spring summer coming.
Well, I'm enjoying some time here with Uncle Sam for a few days, if you will. OPSEC can't necessarily tell all my details because
Yep.
that would violate operational security, and who knows. I don't do anything top secret. I'm an instructor. I teach logistics. And then I'm getting ready for a cruise in March. I'm teaching a jacket class in Chesaning, Michigan in April. Oh, wait, let's back up. I'm teaching a jacket class in Tennessee in March. And then I'm going to Michigan. I'm not sure why I chose to go April. There's been a couple times that there's been snow on Easter Sunday, so I'm hoping to avoid that. I'm stopping to visit the Inappropriate Quilter and Stephanie Stitches there in Ohio at a retreat they got going on my way down here to teach a Lone Star class in Tennessee.
Wow.
And then I'm gone all the way from April 29th to May 25th. I'm going from Syracuse, Nebraska to teach a Charisma Horton pattern, 2 retreats in a row. Then I'm flying from there to California, teaching out there for 7 days. And then I'm flying home, and then I'm home for like a week, and then I'm going to Michigan.
Back to Michigan.
Yeah. There's something about that retreat center up there in Chesaning, Michigan I kind of like. It just so happens my mom is up there too. So it's a, catch-22. I kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get to visit mom. She's a quilter. I took her and 10 of her friends to a retreat. Oh, what a hoot that was.
Yes. Because I can only imagine, because I've got to experience some of that Oklahoma personality at my table in Texas. So
yeah, we had a good time.
Always do, always do. So you've got the cruise coming up. You've got all the retreats coming up. You've got Timeless Treasures coming up, and yet we skipped QuiltCon, and we're not coming to Phoenix anytime soon to see John.
Look, John, I'm sorry, dude. Here's what happened. I'm that guy who overcommits and spreads myself way too thin sometimes.
Yep.
I've learned a new phrase that sounds like this. I would really like to say yes, but at the current time, I have to say no. So with that in mind, Lexi Milliken, the executive director of Quilts of Valor, wanted me to come and be her security detail at QuiltCon. And it just isn't going to work out this year. However, I mean, Phoenix ain't a bad trip. There's these cool little things called airplanes that fly over there directly from Knoxville. So there is a chance in the future, especially June or July when things, slow down up here.
And just so you know, my son, being based in Alcoa, flew a direct flight from Knoxville to Phoenix on Allegiant, of all things.
Yes, $213 or $243.
It was crazy, because I assumed he was on American or Southwest, and he goes, "No, I'm on Allegiant." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you realize that's on the other side of Phoenix, because they're way out in Mesa. Of course, I'm on the other end." And then I looked it up, and they're apparently flying into Sky Harbor now. So I don't know. So he loved it. It was a great flight. He said, "Yeah, it's." He said it's like a Greyhound in the sky, but it works.
Look, there's several of those military flights that we've all been on, John, that are exactly the same. So, yeah.
We do what we have to do, don't we?
Yeah.
So what kind of courses are you teaching? I'm just nosy now.
No, that's fine. I'm teaching logistics. So today was how to process a receipt, or you found something as you were driving down the road. The military doesn't always secure things to their vehicles. Something falls off, somebody finds it, picks it up, gives it back to the warehouse, and they process it, and your unit gets the money, and Big Army then reissues the part to somebody else. So that's what today's class was.
Hey, what? It's a lot of procedures. Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah. The Army has a funny way of doing things, and now we also teach the SAP side, which is the same software that Walmart, Amazon, Gerdau, Ameristeel, all those folks use. So the difference, John, is we have T codes that start with Y and Z, which are military only T codes. So, but other than that, it's the same exact thing.
That crazy. I would have never thought about the military switching off to something like SAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
They're
big
saying
organization.
that they're going to come up with something new, but I don't know that they are, because SAP does so much in so many other realms. I don't know why we would shoot ourselves in the feet by learning a new software when this one is doing everything we need it to.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when you stop and think about it. I've watched too many movies, right? Between Microsoft and SAP, they do rule the world.
Yes. Yeah, and everything is done. I mean, look at Amazon. Amazon uses SAP, and I know there's colleges and universities out there using it also, not only for the logistics side, but also how they're doing billing and paying people and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I work for a utility company, and that's what we run the business on SAP. I mean,
Oh, SAP for a utility company too, huh? So,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, when I worked for the furniture company, we put SAP in. When I worked for the nuclear company, we put SAP in. So everybody's running SAP now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to come up with something better.
No. Jordy says, join the Navy and see the world.
Join the Army and see the world. I have been to 17 countries.
Hey, really?
Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Kosovo, Panama, Japan, Korea, Bosnia, Lithuania. A couple places I'm not allowed to say that I went. Australia, I did beachhead operations with the Marines off of the southeastern coast of Australia. They said there's no sharks there. As soon as I jump in the water, what's there? I want it. This is my fishing story. He was at least a 12-foot shark.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough.
I remember, I think it was last year, 2 years ago. So we go every year to Myrtle Beach in South Carolina and take my daughter's family, the grandkids, and all that. Went down, I think it was second day, and you could literally see the jellyfish in the ocean. And I have never, in all the years I've been to the beach, especially Myrtle Beach, ever seen jellyfish. So of course we take the kids out. There's a lifeguard there, and I was like, "You do realize there's like tons of jellyfish, like you can see them right there." And he goes, "Yeah, what did you want me to do?" Like, well, you might want to warn some of these people that are walking it. I thought, really, dude? I mean,
And John, let me help you in by saying that peeing on it is no good. Just so you're aware, the correct military first aid response is you're supposed to rinse it with water to get all of the stingers off, and then you're supposed to put vinegar on it to dull it, and then lotion over the top of it. Nothing else.
really
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know. I hope to never get stung. Just like I'm fortunate on the part of Phoenix that I live in that I don't have.
There's no beachfront
Supposedly,
property over there?
no, it's supposedly
Oh.
scorpions don't like my part of Arizona, so I'm banking on that.
Hmm.
I don't. I have seen a scorpion since I've been here. I have not seen a rattlesnake since I've been here. But we do in the neighborhood. I have coyotes and I have bobcats. So.
I don't know that. Is your channel supposed to be family friendly?
Well, yeah. Why would it not be family friendly? Are you?
Well, I was
Are
just
you
about to say
the
the way to get
inappropriate
rid of.
culture here?
Oh, the inappropriate culture here, so I can say it then, because he would say it on his. The correct way to get rid of bobcats and coyotes is male urine around your perimeter.
Is it really?
Yes.
It's so funny. I've got three that love to walk and lay in the yard during the day because it sets off all my Ring cameras. And apparently, we have a baby bobcat because it's a little junior bobcat, but I'm sure mama's somewhere. But
Right.
at
Oh yeah.
least once a week, I see the bobcat walking up and down the road. And I'm like, yeah, I just get in my little golf cart and go. It's like I don't walk as much as I probably should.
You carry a friend with you, I hope.
I do. I carry a whistle or I carry a bat.
Wasp spray is the best.
Is it really?
Shoots 25 feet. It's almost straight, and is better than bear spray. Better than mace.
I've never heard anyone in the neighborhood, because I mean, we've got what, 19,000 homes or whatever in here. But it's an active community, but I've never heard anyone talk about getting attacked or, anything. Now I know they do get the rabbits, and I know they occasionally get the little puppy, but I still worry about, especially if it's getting dusk. It's like, yeah, I think I need something,
And Judy, I did see your comment. I'm not sure what part of the stuff that I said I'm pulling his leg about, but none of it. There's lots of things about my character you can question, but my integrity is not one of them. Whatever I say, I promise you is real. You may not like it sometimes, but it'll be the truth.
It just, and it flies out. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, there's no filter here. The infantry did me good
somewhere, but I don't remember the filter.
No, maybe I need to have someone make me one, like that I can walk around with in front of my, that says "Read my lips." Read my yeah. We're not trying to go there.
No, I bet you were a fun time during COVID with mask.
Oh, I had a great time. As instructors, we figured out how to make the classroom compliant by putting everybody 6 feet away. And they said that we all had to wear a mask, but as an instructor, I talk a word every second. So I made this, you grew up with this wonderful show that I used to watch as a kid, The Lone Ranger. Yeah. So I made this wonderful mask that looked like I was robbing a bank from The Lone Ranger with this black material. That way I still could talk and still could breathe and not hyperventilate and teach and do my job and everything.
Judy says she wants to know why girl pee won't work.
There's something in it. I'm sorry.
And Russ is claiming he lost his filter at Waffle House.
He probably lost it long before that.
I think so too. But, I can give him the benefit of the doubt, but I think his has been gone for a while.
Yeah.
LaWayne just joined the channel. Thanks for being here tonight, LaWayne. So, talk about your jackets a little bit. Your jackets are amazing and they fly. I mean, like about the time you put one on your store, they're gone. I mean, you don't keep a stockpile of those.
Yeah, not very often. I have one in stock right now, but hopefully it goes away too. But the warmer weather, I think, down here is causing that. But the true story is I love my mom to pieces. She's awesome, and she wanted this quilted jacket. And I'm sorry, Lady Lancaster's $1,800 jackets were just out of my price range. And I said, Mom, I love you, but I just can't. I just can't. So I decided I was going to make one. And my cousin here, Ann, that I'm staying with now, while I'm over here for military duty, said, well, I'll help you make it. So she helped me make it. And I then decided to make a smoker's jacket also and got hooked buying these quilts off Facebook Marketplace and cutting them up into pieces. I even went to a quilt shop out there in California, Blossom Quilting, and Tracy, the owner, handed me the keys and said, here you go, and then laid out 3 quilts and said, feel free to cut them up and make jackets. All right, challenge accepted. So she put her fancy little camera up there and recorded me all day long. I was cutting up 3 jackets, and I made them, and she sold one of them, still has another one, was custom quilted. Oh, it's a beautiful jacket. Oh, beautiful. But yeah, some of them cutter quilts work out good, and some of those Sonoma or Better Homes and Gardens or Cracker Barrel quilts from back in the day work to make a quilted jacket.
No kidding. So when you do, so you're not actually making the quilts or the jackets, then you're just...
Well, I made my mom's quilt and then made the jacket, but most of them, no. I'm trying to find some $25 or $50 marketplace special and then turning it around and selling it for $350 or depending on how intricate it is. But those last 2 that I did were Sonoma, embroidery flossed, hand embroidered quilts.
Wow. Yeah. So do you fussy cut some of that? Because I'm sure there are certain things that you want.
I'm a little OCD in case you haven't seen that, John. I like my stuff to be dress right dress. Your military laugh, buddy.
Yes, I understand. I got it. I'm catching up now. No, because because you do a lot of intricate work to begin with. I mean, anyone that's going to do 35,000 half square triangles, right? I mean, it's more than that. I know. I don't know this. I remember
No,
this.
34,560 half-inch finished squares, John. The first one, Iwo Jima, was 12,100 1-inch squares. 9/11 was 20,023 quarter-inch squares. And then this one. And, of course, there's another one after that, which is the Korean War Memorial. My good friend Rob Appel challenged me, says I don't do enough. I don't challenge myself to be better. So I'm doing 1-inch squares as the background, and then I'm appliquing on the foreground with the soldiers to make it really come off, as such.
But now, has Rob done anything that level of detail?
I'm not allowed to confirm nor deny. He does all of that layering of collage quilts and all that crazy stuff, but he hasn't done as many pieces, but he's done some really cool quilts.
He has. I just bought 2 of his.
So
I bought one of his at the retreat, and I was really good. I came home. I was very proud of myself because I only bought the one quilt kit. It turned out to be his. It was all pre-cut. And then this week, apparently, I had bought more back in October, November, and forgot. So they showed up this week, and I liked the quilt kit I bought so well that apparently I ordered it in October as well. So now I have.
Which kit is that, John? The
tumbler quilt.
Oh yeah, that's a great quilt.
Yep. So I ended up getting that one because I liked all the rainbow colors and that in it, but I liked the black borders around it, the way it made it jump out. So I was like, it was really cool, but I was like, I had no idea that but I do that all the time, Andrew. I can't say anything because I decided to do the Riley Blake door hangers last year. I liked them so well, I ordered them from Stitch in Heaven. And because I thought that was going to be really cool, I ordered them from the back quarter shop too. So I got 2 of each one every month.
Oh.
Which is fine because I have 2 homes. So it works out. I have the same thing in both houses now.
So that way you don't feel like you're lost or without.
And eventually when they get off, because Joydie always points out she'd love to see more of my bookshelves because the bookshelves, they keep getting full, but the projects don't seem to be leaping off and I'm getting done. But that's okay. Oh, Lorraine, I'm going to be there on Saturday. Oh, yeah. I'll email you. We can actually meet up and do something. That would be cool. Are your quilts going to be on display at QuiltCon? Are they? Okay.
No.
Because Quilts of Valor will be there, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My folks at Quilts of Valor will definitely be there. But I'm just gonna be honest, John. I stretched myself too thin and missed a deadline to apply. So
okay.
Once I get Abe done and the next one, then definitely there'll be. I believe QuiltCon the following year, next year, is in North Carolina or South Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. So,
yep.
Definitely going to consider going to that one.
No, it would be cool. I'm spoiled because it's right here in Phoenix. I know Russ went to QuiltCon last year and spent quite a bit of money. He's going back in 26.
He is going in 26. So that might be a good time.
Yep. And I will probably skip QuiltCon in 26 just because it's here this year because I really want to go to Road to California. So if I go to Road to California in January, I'll get to meet Sally and a bunch of folks up there.
And did you see Rob's video from Road to California? There were some crazy quilts out there. I thought I did intricate. That one that he showed was a log cabin with a finished block of 10 total pieces that was 1 inch big. I was like, holy cow. That seam allowance was like 2 threads. Like, goodness gracious.
See, I am just...
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Inappropriate thinking about going. That'd be awesome.
All of a sudden wants to be there.
Everybody wants to be there.
I like Raleigh too. I used to live about 2 hours from Raleigh. When I did my half Ironman, I did Raleigh.
Oh.
So I have biked, ridden, and swam all over Raleigh.
Hey, that lady up there, John, can you believe she said that? She said she could use our military expertise to raid your fabric stash. I
I tell you
I
what,
really hate to disappoint you, ma'am, but us guys stick together.
and we do. And I am very organized. That's what. So Joydy missed it earlier, but so I bought this quilt kit that I've been working on, and
Oh,
so
gingerbread
it's
man,
all
that's kind of cool.
applique. It's just cute. I wanted something different, but I've lost the first box for some reason. I've looked everywhere. I've taken every one of those boxes down on both bookshelves. Finally, I thought, well, let me get in the closet and start going through the bins. Well, when I opened up the Christmas bin, I have 35 quilt kits in the Christmas bin. That doesn't count the Halloween bin, the spring bin, the summer bin, the fall bin, um, all the other bins that are in that closet. So I probably have over 100 quilt kits. So the last thing I needed was Stitch in Heaven to send me 3 more.
Mm. I do think though at some point they're going to be worth more incomplete, and maybe you can convince somebody to buy them from you for a little bit more. It is supply and demand here in the world. I mean, look at Tula
Right?
Pink fabric. I mean, some of that fabric is worth way more as
Oh
a
yeah,
quilt kit than what it is as a finished quilt.
I have
I have
3.
that cup and the tea cup and the Queen of Diamonds quilt kit at the house.
Oh,
I
do
still
you
haven't
really?
even. Yeah. Why, you want it?
Always. See, my problem is I'm like Andrew. Would I ever say no, especially to Tula?
Yeah, I bought it for $100.
Mm. Yeah, and half of her quilt kits are like 300. They're
Yeah, so
crazy.
I got it for a steal, and yeah,
Yeah,
who knows?
that doesn't strike me as your expertise.
No, sir. But I do know a good deal when I see one, and it
Yes,
was
you're.
fabric. So
Yeah,
there's no such thing as too much fabric.
I have 3 drawers full of Tula. It's just really sad. Russ says he's looking forward to QuiltCon in Raleigh. I'm going to be poor in 26 with all his trips. He's got 2 trips to Massachusetts too. I know.
I know, and I heard him talk about a trip to Ohio or something too.
Crazy. Yeah, because see, I want to do a Stephanie retreat. So I have to figure out how to get on the list to get in a Stephanie retreat sometime.
Um, maybe Russ can help you out, but I'm
Russ.
not so sure if he had to choose who his roommate was going to be, me or you. I don't know who he would choose. So
Oh, I know exactly who he would choose. I don't even. I mean, I'm gonna be down the street somewhere else. I know exactly. He wants to be with the cool kids.
that was a good time. I wish I could
Yeah.
have stayed a little bit longer, but I had to pack up and then drive over there to Texas.
Well, and Stephanie's such a sweetheart to be able to do her own retreat, then jump over to that retreat. I mean, she takes on so much. She's such a super lady. So,
And then August, we're going back in August.
are you really?
Yeah, yeah. Rob's retreat then. It's his new, I wish I could quote what pattern it is, but it's a green and black and white checkered one.
No kidding. I bought his. Of course, I bought the New Year's Eve, and I bought it in the patriotic colors that he did because I have not. So I like doing holiday quilting bees. So for Veterans Day in November, I did my first quilt of valor, and so the top's done. I still need to I get it on the long arm and that. But one of the things I wanted to do, our quilt guild here actually gives out probably 4 honor quilts every month, and they have a little ceremony and appetizers and all that, and folks nominate veterans to receive those. So it's really cool. I want to do just the opposite. I want to be able to make some of the quilts that I'm doing, and we actually have a veterans home down in Phoenix, and I want to just take some for the veterans that are just in the home and have served our country, did a lot of great things for us, and just let them know we still appreciate them, and they just earned it by just being there.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an opportunity to award Quilts of Valor to a gentleman I went and spoke at a guild in Illinois and went to the veterans home, and they awarded 3 Quilts of Valor. And the gentleman that I awarded a quilt to, they awarded the quilt in his room. And then him and I started talking, and his nurse was in the room with us. And he started showing me his book. He has a memory book. He's got dementia and was having issues. And soon as I said one thing, it sparked some memory in his brain, and he was right back into it. Like he could remember everything. And his nurse said, I don't know what you said to him, but he hasn't remembered that stuff in years. And that's what happens. You get veterans around other veterans, and they talk about stuff. It's like I fully believe in the VFW. It's a great place. The only thing I don't believe is the pretense of alcohol. We don't need a safe place with alcohol, liquid courage to be safe. I mean, we've all embraced the suck together. I mean, we've all lived the hardships together. So there's no judgment, no questioning. I mean, so it's a great atmosphere, but unfortunately, people in my genre or age group don't believe in group therapy, which is really what it is.
Nope.
So I wish
No,
there was more people who would get out and share some of their stuff, get it off their back.
and we've had some. Every man and woman that has served in our military deserves a special recognition. It takes a special personality to get through there. They've dedicated a lot of service to our country, whether it was 2 years, 4 years, or 26, 27 years. It's appreciated, and we don't always show the appreciation we should.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Part of the thing. At least we didn't have it as bad as the Vietnam soldiers. So
how crazy is that?
I
All right.
feel sorry for some people if that was the case.
I just can't imagine. So we're coming up on the top of the hour. Why don't you talk last couple of minutes about what's coming up on your channel? What you've got? You said you've got a few videos you're editing and got some things coming out. I'm assuming this week or next week.
Yes, sir. While I'm here, I'm hoping binding. I've decided to record 3 separate binding videos to help people, because people always say, well, how do I join the things together? And they don't want to watch some 7-minute or 9-minute video. They just want the skinny on the 2-minute video. How can I watch it? So I'm going to release it in a 2-minute video, the joining. And then the second video is going to be the top stitching of it, because I have a little bit different method. And then, the zipper foot. Most people don't think about it. Anyway, I'm going to share it in my video. It's 3/8 of an inch wide, unless you got one of them fancy Berninas, but most other machines, their zipper foots are 3/8 of an inch wide, which is how wide 2.5-inch binding is when you fold it 3 times. So yeah, I got that video coming up. And then I'm actually going to start. I'm in the process or in cahoots right now with Wounded Warrior and Creative Vets. And I'm going to start and teach beginning quilting classes for people who have no idea, and people who can't even leave their house or don't want to leave their house, or just want to have a reference and have nothing to do at 1 o'clock in the morning other than fall asleep listening to some dude talk about learning how to sew. Because I feel that there are some people out there who do have it so bad that they can't leave the house. So I'm going to try to help make a difference, try to be a light to the world, try to help these folks out, and make a difference a little bit more than what I am now. I mean, that's the whole thing about this quilting endeavor for me. Was it's a selfish act of me trying to keep myself out of a padded room and out of a straitjacket by sewing. It just so happens that the Quilts of Valor that I do help someone else. It's a hug. It's an opportunity to allow those people to battle their demons in their own space and distance and feel like they're getting a hug, so we all could use a hug, some around the neck, some around the shoulder, some around the waist, so.
Yep. Well, and it's good therapy. I mean, after I deal with people all day, I like to come home and just fight my sewing machine some nights. Some nights it runs great, some nights it doesn't, but it's just the different stimulation of to figure out how many times can I rethread it or whatever. But it's interesting because I've been working on placemats for the different holidays for the
Oh,
sole
nice.
purpose of I cannot stand binding. So I'll be anxious to see your video because I decided I needed to practice binding and not fight a big quilt
Well,
every time.
yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of placemats and stacking those up so I can just maybe through repetition find a better way of binding.
The video will help. Like I said, I've already recorded. I've already got taken great pictures. I just, 100 miles an hour, wide open. I'm hoping that maybe one day this week I can get it all done. So,
Nope, that sounds great. Well, sir, I so appreciate you joining us this afternoon. I appreciate
you,
you
sir.
dropping in.
I
You're
appreciate
an
y'all having me.
amazing guy, and I hope only the best for you.
Same to you, sir. And let's get together in real life, man. And I'll see about dropping a good word to Stephanie to see if we can get you in on a retreat.
We'll make it work. Happy crafting.
Thanks, dude. See you.
All right, bye.